Extremely dangerous,
exactly.
Especially because, as you noticed, the driver now on the 14 north headed, of course, this then brings you to the Palmdale, Lancaster area, but very dark. If you've ever driven on the 14 at night, these roads can get dark, which is hard to make out this dark vehicle, especially because they do not have their lights on. Luckily, they're using their blinker. Yeah, their blinker here, which is helping other drivers know that this person is, not really following the rules of the road. And obviously you have the black and whites behind them there with their lights on. But it does become a very dangerous situation, especially because we don't know how many people are in that car and just how armed they are. We do know potential robbery suspects. We do believe they were armed. And that does make it a very dangerous situation, right, Dave, for LAPD. Oh, take a look. Does it look like... Is it just me, or did it look like sparks?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. Oh, is it just the blinkers reflecting from the roadway there?
But let me ask you, right now we can see lots of cars next to him, and of course there's always trucks on these routes because they're traveling through California. But if this car does get to a spot that's fairly desolate, there's not other cars around, would that be a point where you'd see CHP, potentially approach the car and try to do a pit maneuver or something to get it to slow, or would that not happen at these high of speeds?
Of course it depends on the speeds, but with CHP you really can't tell because they are pretty aggressive when it comes to a pit maneuver.
Hey guys, how you doing?
That's why they're staying so close to them. We don't know really how many suspects are in there, so if they decide to do a pit maneuver, they're going to need at least 3 black and whites there. One will negotiate the pit, and the second one will come in and try to block it in. The third one will come in as a backup. So that's what they'll need. But it looks like as of right now, I'm not sure how many units are on this pursuit. I think there's
at least 2.
Of course, there's one. Exactly. I was going to say, I think they're pretty sure there's 2 of them. But they'll just maintain this speed here and just keep following them, notifying the divisions up north ahead of them that here we come with this pursuit, so they'll be prepared for them.
Yeah, definitely. And that is always the key when they stay on these freeways, right? CHP is able to let officers know ahead of time, hey, we're coming down to your area, possibly Palmdale, Lancaster, whatever it may be here. But take a look at just how dark it is on this roadway in the 14 right now. It's so hard to even make out the vehicle that police are pursuing at some points because this driver, again, does not have their lights on. Looking at the speeds here, sometimes I'll see our...
No, I was awake already. I watched the movie. I'm sorry, I don't know. I couldn't sleep, but even though I'm tired, couldn't sleep until I watched the movie. And I was actually sitting at the computer already. The chase happened. I was watching the streamer because he got swatted, I think.
This person, at least we know one person in there. We're thinking multiple, wanted for armed robbery.
And potentially armed. We're hearing that the person is armed. And so, that's really too, when you have someone who maybe you're pursuing because you think it's a stolen car, with something like this, you're assuming this is someone who's armed and dangerous. So, Dave, we talked about this before, how they kind of have to weigh that risk, the risk to public safety by chasing a vehicle that might be driving really fast next to these drivers. But then also if you have someone who's armed and then they go on to commit another crime and hurt someone, they don't want that to happen either.
No.
Or assuming that
talking about the factors to be considered, there's plenty of them. The public safety would be number one, of course. The nature of the offense, we've got an armed 211 suspect, a robbery suspect. So you think about officer safety would be the next concern. So you want to make sure that you got enough black and whites for backup, air support to see if you can get an air unit up there. Number of suspects, speed, all that sort of stuff comes into play. So, we can't even talk about pit maneuvers. We can't talk about that because 2 reasons. It's too fast, and there's a weapon involved. Usually you try not to negotiate or implement a pit.
Yeah, and we're hearing that our chopper is going to have to pull back soon because there's fog. So that might be also a problem for the law enforcement helicopter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. When you're up in that helicopter, when you get out to the desert and it's completely black, it's what we would refer to as instrument-type flying. So you'd have to fly off the gauges, which, of course, you're not going to do. You don't do that. It's a misnomer about being instrument qualified. Has nothing to do with being on a pursuit or anything like that. So, yeah, fuel would be the other thing that they would be concerned about, but especially fog, then, of course. So the ground units will stay with it, though.
Yeah, and that's what's really going to help in this pursuit, right, Dave? I mean, you being a retired LAPD chopper pilot, in these conditions, the safety comes first, because normally we would see that chopper overhead here. Yeah,
usually they'd have it lit up, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but unless they don't have an air unit that has enough fuel to follow this all the way up north, so they may just go ahead and just pull off on that reason. But I'm not really sure why we don't have one, or the HP helicopter's not up, and I don't think they're up at this time.
And it is interesting that he chose the 14. Again, I'm assuming the suspect a male, but that they chose the 14 versus the 5 going into the high desert versus, up through California, which you've talked about that too. They might have a reason to go that way. They might be familiar with that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we've seen before, they usually like to hang out. They usually like to take off to places that they're familiar with. And we've seen them before where this guy here, or this, and you're right, we don't know if it's a male or female. I haven't verified that. But we've seen it before where all of a sudden they start feeling uncomfortable. They get off the freeway, do a 180, and start heading back south towards L.A.
Well,
This suspect thus far doesn't seem that he's worried about that.
Dave Avila, thank you so much. As Christine mentioned, our chopper, SkyCal, has to pull off because of weather conditions just being simply too dangerous for them to drive. We're hearing there's going to be fog that's rolling in here, Christine.
Yeah.
But again, this very dangerous pursuit of a armed robbery. At least we know one suspect.
Yeah, and possibly armed. Dave Avila, thanks so much for always giving us such great wisdom on things like this. And we will continue to follow this and bring you any updates as we get them throughout the newscast.
See, was KTLA out there too?
Turning now to a very special tree lighting in Compton tonight, honoring the memory of LA's murdered children.
Let's see. I don't know if KTLA. No, nothing. Guess that's it. Not a good chase. I feel like we haven't had a good chase in a little bit. It's been a little while. Last night, late night chase change.
JB minus $10. Late night chase change.
Thank you. I'm sorry that it just busted. Turned out nothing. I didn't have my hopes up too much anyway, though. It's been kind of missing. You know what I mean? How do I check Messenger? I don't even know how to check Messenger on this computer. Oh, maybe the other one. I wanted just to double check that there's no other station. Yeah, no, I guess that was it. KCal. CBS going back due to weather. I think that was the only chopper out there. Jay-Z. Wild. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get something good. The week's just starting up tomorrow. We'll see what the spring brings. The killer's still on the run. I gotta call this guy back. Accent's trying to find it. Is he driving out there? Really far out there. Nightcrawler.
Broadcast 33103, Eastbound 91 at Bellflower
So that's because of the fog, and that's gonna make it hard to catch up.
Who's trying to catch up? I think we're cool. Yeah, we are cool with eggs.
We're assuming this dude's going to.
northbound on Ridgely, Compton.
Probably because he's driving fast on the highway. Yo, they uncovered this like cave. I was just looking at this because you know all the stuff that's going on in Syria. The leader had left, Assad. I don't even know if he's alive or dead or what's the guy's deal, but so now the rebels have taken over and they're going in prisons and they're freeing people from the prisons. And they found this like underground cell, hidden cells found. 100,000 people may be trapped inside. Rebel forces have reportedly uncovered underground cells at Syria's notorious Saydania prison, where more than 100,000 detainees remain trapped, some near suffocation due to poor ventilation. Emergency teams guided by former prison workers are working to open the doors.
اضرب 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 افتح فتحه قويه في صوت يا شباب بس يا شباب صوت يا شباب اسمع في صوت جوا طيب
Well, that's what I was wondering. Are they going to be better off with the new people in charge? Who's the guy? Didn't they say the new guy who is an ISIS person?
الله اكبر طولوا بالكم ما عم تفتح معنا الابواب مين هاد طولوا بالكم.
All right, let's see if he actually catches up. I don't know.
No mood for no road trip tonight.
Time was 2303. 2303.
6 armed suspects in the car. Holy crap. This would have been a good one to follow if we had choppers.
Are you guys, if the media helicopters are on it, you guys are gonna have to tell me like where it's at.
No, they're gone.
I think it's too foggy out here though.
And then number 2, we're going to be passing Santiago.
Santiago.
Better be careful too. Imagine he catches up. Well, I guess the cops are there.
Helicopter out of the Antelope Valley. He said it's too foggy. Hold up, is it Lancaster first, then Palmdale? Fuck. Hey, thank you for those super chats, man. Sorry, man, I'm driving at the maximum capability of this thing, dude. So
the max capability? How much is that? Wow.
I don't really trust the braking and the steering system of this
Oh
thing.
God! Don't say that, man.
This isn't exactly an SRT. I gotta focus on driving. It's more like a weekend cruiser.
Thanks, unused, yeah. I'm gonna put this link in the description.
Oh, fuck it, dude. We're going to the musical road after this. You guys heard of the musical road?
Oh, interesting, JB. I didn't know that. Exit news. I don't know if it's gonna be able to catch up. Late night.
If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't.
Yo, he called this shit.
Don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
That was such an epic interview, man.
Acting.
Oh, man.
Central 1185 for
So are they going to kill Christians in Syria? 'Cause I see some talk about that. Oh, that says by Islamic terrorists.
We're going to be approaching Avenue S.
Oh, now that's when you know you.
The red officers, be aware of the type.
Alright, they're gonna try to spike him on these. If he gets off. They probably got spikes ready close to his house. They think he's going to his house. I guess they know who he is. They think his address is in Palmdale. So if you're just getting here, there's a pursuit. Came out of LA, out of South LA.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's headed for Palmdale, where they think the guy lives. It's a guy, tattoos on his face, and a girl in the passenger seat, and they think that there's a like rifle in the back seat. I think some type of gun. I forgot what type of gun. I don't think it wasn't a handgun. I think it was a rifle.
I'm probably gonna transfer everybody because I think I should probably lay down.
No torque on the Prius.
I hope you drive safe though. There's people crazy on the road. I don't think we're doing anything in the morning. I don't think I have anything planned. We don't have any notifications tomorrow for a while, I think. Well, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, no, definitely for a while tomorrow. I don't even feel it. Well, and as I say tomorrow, I mean today, but we're gonna be for a while, a couple of hours. So hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully this guy doesn't get caught until after I have a notification, the killer. Even if he does get caught though before, I'll still jump on. But maybe I'll just try to get some other stuff done. I do want to add the Christmas emojis. There's background stuff I can do for the channel. Need to get the Christmas emoji. I really next year hopefully want to get better at that. And right after Thanksgiving, have all the Christmas stuff ready to go.
Did you see that?
Hey V,
where's that white bus
it's
going?
you, V? Oh, how you doing?
Military base out here?
Oh, my bad. I see you guys were talking to each other. I thought you were saying you were each other. I was like, what's going on?
1960s all white bus. Hey man, some of these properties out here though, in Lane, even around here, there's like some the hills have eyes shit out here, bro. Like where you don't want to break down at night. Shit, you don't even want to go around some of these places in the daytime, dude, out in the desert.
Oh, he doesn't have transfer on. I was going to transfer everybody over. He doesn't have that enabled. Oh, the helicopter too, yeah. Thanks, Christina. It's not really done yet, the tree. I mean, I haven't really put anything on the tree. I just put the tree up, but...
I feel like I'm driving to Vegas now, man.
Yeah, he's going far.
My legs numb.
I don't look back. Hold it.
Palmdale, 6 miles. All right. Okay. See if they spike strip him next to his house, or if he's just like this area better. He's gonna keep going wherever, dude. What's next? The Mojave?
Smoke and scan and stream eggs. You might have transfer.
Sun Village.
Smoke and scan.
Shout out to Slum Village.
I'd prefer to send people over there when I have more people. Right now, I only have 3 something. I mean, I guess you guys want to go watch him, but he's a... He actually has it turned off too. I guess these guys don't, they're not really aware of the feature. It's not on. So, but I'll put the link in the chat in case you guys want to go watch. AX and News. It's in the chat and it's also in the description. So if you want to check it out, you can just click the link. All right. But I'm going to lay down. I'm probably going to watch the stream a little bit. I want to see what happened with the streamer. If I guess the cops left already. And hopefully go to sleep within 30 minutes. Good night, guys. Bye. Adios. Be safe.